story that must be told. Here's a little story from beginning to end. Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story from beginning to end. Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story from beginning to end.
What's good, people? Welcome to another episode of I Gotta Do This Podcast Real Quick. I'm your host, Wise, a.k.a. Hambone Jones, a.k.a. your cool ass homie. And, back for another episode. That time that I took off, I was really thinking about a lot of different things and, wanting to be able to share my point of view on a lot of stuff that I had seen. And, at the time I really couldn't do it. So I tried to retain as much as I could, but it's so much other stuff that's got my attention, like what's going on with this football shit, man. Like, I'm a fan of Shedeur Sanders. I don't care about the Browns. So to be real, the whole situation with Dillon Gabriel is BS to me. Like, I'm not going to act like Shedeur didn't have a good game against the Rams. Stuff like that happens. You expect that with people because they give that same excuse for Dillon Gabriel when he played and he looked like shit. Like, you threw a pick six and had a fumble, but we call that, oh, that's a rookie mistake. But Shedeur gets sacked 5 times, and it's just like, well, we see why he is where he is now. Like, is he not a rookie too? Like, what part of, what am I missing in this situation? But that's just my opinion. The Micah Parsons standoff with Jerry Jones is still crazy as fuck to me. I listened to the Stephen A. Smith show because they had Jerry Jones on that episode that I listened to. And he was pretty much talking about how, his negotiations got messed up pretty much because the agent came in and I guess looked over what him and Micah supposedly discussed. And the agent was like, nah, we are going to do a contract, me and you, because I'm the agent. And Jerry Jones don't feel like the agent should have anything to do with it. But my perception of it is just like, dog, you do know Micah Parsons is a football player. He hired this man to handle these type of situations, and you get mad because the man doing his job. And then turns around and says, well, he's still under contract. He still got a year. And we can franchise tag him. We did it with Dak. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. To just throw out there and say, regardless of what happened, unless you're willing to sit out for 3 years, we got you. So we ain't coming to an agreement right now. Okay, cool. Play on that year. We ain't coming to an agreement again. Okay, franchise tag. Oh, we still ain't do it? Bet. Franchise tag one more time. That shit is not cool at all. And I'm like, I understand you're the quote unquote GM of the team as well as the owner, but you can't sit up here and say that you doing business in the right way if that's how you view your players. Like, you don't want to come to an agreement. You don't want to take care of him. You don't want to talk to the man's agent, the person that he hired to handle these type of situations, because he trusts that man knows more than he does in this situation and has his best interest in mind while you just trying to pinch a penny. You know what I'm saying? He trying to make sure he don't get fucked over. But the way that he, I guess, just goes about this whole situation and handling it, it really turns me off from looking at the Cowboys. Like, I'm already not a Cowboys fan, but this shit ain't helping nothing either. Like, that's the owner. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether you look at it as, oh, he being the GM, you still a motherfucking owner, man. You got an image that you should be trying to uphold. Hell, you just had a Netflix documentary come out. Be happy with that. You got a new head coach. Be happy with that. You got a new receiver for Dak Prescott. Cool. Be happy with that. Take care of the person that you need to take care of, or stop talking about the situation. The fact that you bringing so much press to it is just like, you more concerned with the hype, and you just know that Michael gonna play. Because my thing is, what if he don't play in that first game? He got until game 11 to come in and play without being, the contract lapsing, and he'll be back in the same situation. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong with that, but I know he got at least until week 11 to, sit out. Granted, he'll be losing money, but I really think if you dug in like that, you going to send a statement. So, I mean, we'll see how it pan out. Hopefully this man, get his money, or they trade him. Because I think at this point, unless they offer him something stupid, I don't think he gonna stay, because he straight up said he want to be traded. So we'll see how that work out too, because Jerry said he not gonna trade him. He said he gonna be a Dallas Cowboy. So anyway, I'm excited for these games that's about to come out. Been waiting on Borderlands. Been doing my best to not look at anything about it outside of the opening. What was it? I think it was like like a preview of the game. I guess it was. It's like a small little showcase they did. I think it was earlier in the year, like during the summertime. It was cool. From what I saw, like how the mechanics, while you're fighting was like tweaked heavily. You know what I'm saying? So anxious to see that. Like I said, I don't want to get the game spoiled for me. Like most people right now that's waiting on the game, they probably done seen all of the Vault Hunters. They probably seen all the previews, everything, and dug deep, because we live in that type of time where if you want to find out anything, you can find out everything. So yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that. What's the game? The Sonic, I think it's Cross Worlds, the racer. I've been seeing stuff about that, and I'm actually a little hyped for that, because I want to see how it'll stack up against Mario Kart. Of course, Mario Kart is always a legendary game. I mean, you can't play it on nothing but a Nintendo system, and I don't feel like they've ever gave us a subpar Mario Kart. But the Sonic Racers, though, I'm a little anxious to see what that looks like. Like I said, I've been hearing a bunch of good stuff. I think they got an open beta for it, if I'm not mistaken, going on right now. But I don't want that. I want the real game when it comes out. I'm definitely gonna jump into that. Yeah. So got that. New music came out. I haven't listened to yet. What was it? Lupe Fiasco dropped the EP. I think it was called Samurai DX. And then Ghostface Killer dropped his album, Supreme Caliente 2. And I saw the track list for that. I'm definitely finna get at a listen later on tonight. Yeah. So, man, with that though, I don't know how it's gonna stack up against the Raekwon album. Like, as much as I like both of them, the fact that they came out so close, I gotta take a look at them. As it stands, the Clips album is still like in my top. I'm not gonna lie to you, like that shit is definitely there. That Freddie and Alchemist, the Alfredo 2, That shit is nice. I can't let that shit go either. I still haven't finished listening to the Jid yet. It's too much shit that I like right now that's coming out for me to kind of go back to that, but I will. I had to give it a listen, give it a fair one. You know, I saw this video though, and I don't know if it's real. I hope it is. I hope it ain't no bullshit. But supposedly Jada and or Jada Kiss and Beanie Siegel supposed to be dropping something, and I know if you not of a certain era, you not gonna understand the significance of what this shit could be. So I'm hyped for that. Super hyped. Like, yo, if these niggas get on, it's gonna be crazy. All I need now is for Jay to step back in the booth. But I'm a little scared to hear Jay-Z now. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he was my favorite rapper at one point. But with his evolution and the last few things I heard him on when he did drop, like, it's not the same Hove. It's Jay-Z. It's not Hove no more. And that's cool. He didn't pull a Lil Wayne. Like, he definitely ain't do no shit like that. But I don't feel like his rap style now is just like, it's not what it used to be. And I think that's what it is. It's just like, I like the old Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? But you evolve, you do different stuff, you go in different directions. Granted, he don't have to rap. You know what I'm saying? Actually, none of these niggas do. Like, Nas definitely don't have to rap. But I appreciate him for still doing it. And that nigga's nasty. Like, his last, what was it? I think it was it the Magic series and the King's Diseases? Crazy. Fucking ridiculous. And that's why I look at, like, a lot of the older rappers are the rappers that I grew up listening to. You know what I'm saying? They still doing their thing. They still doing it. And I've said this before, but I mean, some of them pushing, some of them not. But what I would give the credit to is the effort that gets put into it. Whether it hit or miss, the fact that you still out there trying, that's definitely a testament to your love for it versus trying to make money. Now, with that being said, not all are going to stick the landing. And my biggest disappointment by far was the Carter 6 with that situation. That's as much as I'm going to say about that, because I got a whole episode talking about that. But yeah, like I said, it's just the sports got me. Like, I'm actually a little disappointed because I haven't watched any of the preseason with Jacksonville. I think I watched the first game, but after that, I didn't watch the other two. I don't know if Travis Hunter came back because I heard he had like a upper body injury. They didn't specify what it was. And that is one thing that I was worried about with him. Like, with him playing both sides of the ball, I feel like the risk for injury that's doubled as well. Because they already said if he is to play both sides like that, the aim is to try to tire him out. You know what I'm saying? And it's a strategy. I'm not I'm not against it, because if the shoe was on the other foot, all the other teams would be trying to do that to somebody else. So I just want us to be good this year. And I know that's a lot to ask for, but I feel like we'll be okay. Like, our division, I don't feel is a hard one. I do feel like the only people we should fear in the division, not even fear, but look at as competition, is the Texans. Like Daniel Jones starting in Indianapolis is crazy. I don't see that happening at all. Well, I mean, he is starting, but I mean, I don't see them doing much. To be real with you, Cam Ward over in Tennessee is like he's a rookie number one, so you gotta kind of take that with a grain of salt. He not gonna be Jaden Daniels. We definitely ain't finna see no shit like that. Two, they have more than just quarterback issues over there at that team. So I mean, we'll see how that works. And it's not like Jacksonville is perfect either. We still have holes and issues we got to fill. But I think with the front office that we have now, with the head coach that we have now, I feel like we are in the right direction to at least have a decent season. Like I said, I'm still sticking behind we get a wild card spot. I stay with that. So we might not win the division, but like I said, at least a wild card spot, I'm with it. Because that's all it takes is that one chance. But yeah, I'm excited for football season. I've been playing college football. It's funny, like I got 26. It was on sale for like a split second. I'm like, it just came out like last month. So I ended up snatching it. I think it was last month it came out, or the beginning of this month. But ended up snatching it, and I've been playing so far. Last year, I picked LSU to roll with and play Dynasty with them. This year, I made 2 dynasties. I'm playing with Georgia in one and Texas in the other one, to try the whole Arch Manning situation out. The Georgia dynasty actually is going pretty good. I'm 3-0 right now over there. But the Texas one, I played against who was my first game against? Ohio State. Whoo boy. All I'm gonna say is they barely got through that game. Barely. And I was like, yeah, maybe I need to go back and play in Georgia's for a little bit to kind of get the feel again of college football. So I am eyeing on getting that Madden, though. I'm a football fan through and through, more so on the NFL side. I give college football its grace because it's newer. You know what I'm saying? And niggas is happy that we got that back. So, that's a good thing. But I want to get this Madden, and go in on that because I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. They did say it was better than 25. I didn't think 25 was bad, but it did feel a little off to me. And I could never put my finger quite on why it felt like that. But it was something about the game that was just like, it didn't feel right to me. So hopefully 26 kind of remedies that, because a lot of people that I've talked to that played or have the game, they did say it was a big improvement on what 25 was. So I'll be down with that. Yeah. So that's I think that's pretty much it. Like, just some quick thoughts that I had on my mind. Like, didn't want to tire you guys out too long. That last episode was a little lengthy. So I was like, I might want to chill. I had a lot to get off my chest. So, like I said, give y'all a break on this one. But keep listening. I got some other stuff coming out. Some interludes dropping. Be looking at doing a special episode real soon. So, y'all stay tuned for that. I definitely appreciate you pulling up and hanging out with your boy for a little bit. And it's your boy Wise, the cool ass homie. And thank you for listening to another episode of I Gotta Do This Podcast real quick.